Record. Okay, so welcome everyone. My name is Jamae Crowder. I'm the development director here at Tiegerman. We are excited to have our session about our transitioning to Tiegerman Community Services. We have some very special guests with us today. We have Tiffany Harkless. She is the director of TCS.
Hello.
Chrissy Austin. She's our assistant director, and Phillippa is our coordinator of programming. So we're going to kind of just go over an overview of what TCS offers and kind of go over different elements of what we offer as well. And if there's also our transitioning from, our middle school, high school, then it goes to high school. So what it looks like after high school for students transitioning. And Tiffany, I'm going to bring it over to you, and you can kind of bring up what we do.
Hello, everyone. As Jamae mentioned, my name is Tiffany Harkless. I'm the director here at Tiegerman Community Services. What we do here at Tiegerman is we provide services for adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities and those that are transitioning from high school. We currently provide day habilitation services. We have a site-based day habilitation program as well as a program without walls. The difference between the two programs is one program is community-based, where they primarily spend their time in a community. The other program is a site-based program where they are indoors, however, they do go out into the community. The program without walls do different volunteer. They work at different volunteer sites, do different internships and different activities within the community. We also provide community habilitation, which one of our staff will come to your home and work directly with the individual or the parent, with the parent, and provide services to teach different ADL skills. We also provide supported employment for those individuals that would like to take the path to work after they graduate. Our supportive employment department assists and oversee our participants while they're working. So we have people who work in various locations. We have right now, a few of the sites are closed, of course, due to COVID-19, but we do have a lot of people that are still currently working. For instance, we have people who work at Best Supermarket, at Home Depot, at Target, at TJ Maxx. So they work at a variety of places. And some of the other places where our participants are employed is the movie theater, the Barclays Center, and the AMC movie theater on 42nd Street. So we have a lot of sites where we have placed individuals after they graduate and transition to one of our employment programs. For younger children, ages, Chrissy, correct me if I'm wrong, I want to say 5 to 15, we provide respite services every other Saturday. Currently, we have put respite on hold since the pandemic happened. We're in discussion right now of when we would resume that particular program, but we do have respite for children who are ages 5 to 15. And the respite program is a Saturday recreational respite. So they do different recreational activities throughout the day, every other Saturday. Currently, I know some students, they're in high school, they're in 11th grade or 12th grade, and they're kind of working on what path they are going to take once they do graduate from high school. So I know that they're probably working very closely with their transition coordinator. If they're in the 11th or 12th grade, it's better to start as soon as possible. because there's different paths our students can take once they graduate. So, you know, some will go to college, some will get a job, some will attend a day hab program or go through a pathways to employment program. And what pathways to employment is under the umbrella of our supported employment program, but it's a 1-year program that assists our participants with gaining employment skills, and kind of gauging to see what direction or what field of work they would like to work in the future. And at the end of the program, a determination will be made of what program they would begin with. Right now, if students are in the 11th grade, 12th grade, they should be speaking with their transition coordinator about Access VR to see if that's a path for them to take once they graduate, or even currently, because we do provide Access VR to students. And our Access VR for students is we have several different components of that particular program. That particular program, we have an assessment component where we assess the students. We look at their skill sets. We teach them various work skills. We go through various tests to kind of assess where they are in their writing skills, assess where they are in their abilities to complete various tasks. And we conduct these assessments in different sites and different locations. Some of the assessments are conducted at our Richmond Hill site, which is the Richmond Hill High School, where someone may be assessed in the kitchen area, in the household area, or in the clothing store area to kind of get a balance, get an idea to see their likes or preferences, or which direction they would like to eventually go. As far as our services, some students may not have OPWDD approval. In order to access the services that we provide at TCS, people need to be pre-approved by OPWDD. They have to do something which is called going through the front door. So you have to basically get in contact with a care coordinator. A care coordinator will then begin getting services from a care coordinator, which the care coordinator responsibility is essentially to manage and coordinate all of the services you would be receiving underneath OPWDD. Once you have obtained a coordinator, you would then go through the front door. The front door will determine your ability, what programs you're approved for, and once you're approved from the programs, you can begin to access those programs by reaching out to us for different services. Different services that we have, which is the day hab, our supported employment, our community habilitation program. Pretty much that's an overview of the services that TCS provide. If anyone have any specific question regarding any of our services, I'll be happy to answer those. I just want to say, for our day habilitation programs, we do provide services in Long Island, Queens, Brooklyn, Long Island, both Nassau and Suffolk, Queens and Brooklyn. We do provide transportation to and from day hab. And pretty much that's really it with our day hab. With our supported employment program, we usually start people off in different directions before you get to the point of what we call extended supported employment, which is basically our staff providing oversight while working. There are programs that you have to go through. So one I mentioned earlier is Pathways to Employment. Another one I mentioned that I didn't mention is the employment training program. And what that program is similar to Pathway. However, there is one difference where the similarity is we still have to do assessments. We still have to assess to see what skill set you have and what avenue you would like to take or what field you would like to work in. But then there's also a component that if we are able to find an employer that the state will pay a portion of the salary until the participant gain all of the skills necessary, and then they can move on to be full-time completely directly underneath that business. So that, those are the programs that we have. Is there any questions?
Great, thank you, Tiffany. Toya, go ahead, Toya, can we hear you?
Yes.
Oh,
Can you hear me? Hear me now?
Yes, just a little bit. Kind of shaky again.
I'm here, but the audio, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Sorry about that. I want to thank Tiffany and Christine and the other people that are involved with the self-services. Thank you for being a part of this. We have been doing a transition from elementary to middle school to high school. So this is a wonderful transition from high school into adult services. I think you did a comprehensive job in explaining the various things that you are doing. I think that we're going to try to do as much as we can to assist you at the high school level to ensure that there's a smooth transition for our students as they move into the various areas that you oversee. So I want to thank you for doing that, and I think I want to ask any of the parents if they have any questions for you now.
Thank you, Toya. I mean, we're more than happy to join, and we're more than happy to answer any questions anyone may have about transitioning. We know that transitioning is a difficult time, and a lot of difficult decisions have to be made about what direction people are going to take once they graduate. If anyone have any questions, feel free.
Yeah, I do have a question. So I was listening to the various transitioning programs, and I thought I heard three.
Are there any parents who have questions or students that have questions?
I think Toya may have a significant lag going on right now.
Oh, okay.
That's what it sounds like.
So there, I thought I heard three: pathways to employment, Access VR, and employment training program. Is that right?
That's underneath supported employment. Yes. That's so we have supported employment, which is the parent, and then underneath that particular program, we have pathways to employment. You have employment training program, which is ETP, and you have Access VR. So
Okay.
that just covers SIP. Under DayHab, we have site-based, and we also have program without walls.
Okay.
And I want to add that we also have a very well listed descriptions on our website. If you go on to tiegerman.org and go under community services, you'll see everything that Tiffany spoke about, kind of broken down with the little descriptives about each of them.
Okay.
Great.
We
Thank
also have residences as well. Well, we have one residence right now, and we're hoping to take that to another direction and get more. So we also provide residential services for adults who have intellectual and developmental disabilities.
So you're saying, but that's a work in progress?
No, we actually have a residence. It's located in Farmingdale, New York, and Long Island. We're looking to expand in that area.
I see.
And you mentioned that this program will require OPWDD approval, correct?
Yes. Yes, you definitely have to have OPWDD approval to receive any adult services from any organization. So that's the main step, is getting the OPWDD approval.
And our daughter just graduated in the spring, and so now she's continuing at Tiegerman High School. So is this an appropriate time to start doing, like this year, one of these programs?
Yes, definitely. You can ComHab you can receive anytime. However, if the individual is a current student, they can only receive ComHab after, of course, after school hours. For some instances with Access VR, you're able to incorporate some of the services within the school hours, but not all of the services from Access VR can be done during school hours because they can't take away from the lesson planning of the students. So during break times or very specific key times, students can receive their assessments during school hours. But generally, the services that current students can receive is Access VR, as well as community habilitation.
Okay,
So community and Access VR.
great, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Great. I think she definitely covered a lot of different areas. And Tiffany and her team are always available. If anybody has any direct questions, you can always contact them. What's the best email to give for that as well, Tiffany?
Well, it depends on the question. I'm going to be quite honest. We do have an intake coordinator who assists in new applicants for our programs. However, of course, you can always reach out to myself, Christine, or Phillippa if you have any particular questions or need any guidance or suggestions on how to navigate to begin getting OPWDD services. So my email address is Harkless, that's HARKLESS @tiegerman.org. Christine's email is CAustin, AUSTIN @tiegerman.org. And Phillippa's email address is Phillippa Winchester, that's P Winchester, WINCHESTER @tiegerman.org. So you can always feel free to email us. Any questions you'll have, we'll get back to you as quickly as we can with the response. But definitely, especially in high school, parents and students, utilize your transition coordinator as much as you can to ensure that they are assisting and working with you on accessing services or beginning the path that you plan to take after you graduate high school. And I think the intake coordinator is Andrea Giangario, Chrissy?
Yes, Giangorio, right.
Yes. Yes.
Toya, unfortunately, your connection's a little hard again. But Toya is also someone that is a good resource while
Yes.
you're in school. And if you don't know her yet, that's her face. But she is wonderful. She's extremely knowledgeable about transitioning. We've been doing this, like she said, all month long from each school to each school and now to TCS. But she understands the full process. And if you have your student in one of our classes already, they probably already know her. And they can also, ask her any questions. And you can always feel free to contact her directly as well. Her email is tdavis, DAVIS, @Tiegerman.org. So I put your promo in there, Toya. I see you shaking your head. I know.
All right. Yeah, because
We're reading this segment called, we're calling it Toya Talk Sometimes. Toya needs better internet service. That's the other one we're calling it.
I did have one other question.
You have another question? All
Yeah,
right.
I just
Go
was
ahead.
wondering, is there like sort of a set date when you have to start these things on, or is it kind of rolling? Because I'm just thinking we're maybe a little bit late to enroll our daughter in these programs.
As far as the OPWDD services, it's better to get started sooner than later, because you don't want to wait until they're in 12th grade, they're about to graduate, then there's a process to get through the front door. And when you finally make it through that process, then there's a process to find an organization, to get your child enrolled in whichever program or direction you choose to go. So I would start the process sooner than later. I will reach out to a care coordination organization. They're called CCOs. I can give you the 3 primary CCOs. One is ACA.
Sorry, just quick question is, I did reach out to OPWDD and we're having some difficulties because I spoke with Vivia Cousins, and somehow Esme, my daughter's application is not going through for some reason, because they said she filed for OPWDD years ago, and her application is actually on hold, so we have to refile for an application. So we are in the process of doing that because she's going to be a senior scholar in September. So there's still time to do that though, right? Within this year.
Right, there is still time. She's a senior now. Your daughter's a senior now?
No, she graduated. She graduated in the spring of this year. So she's, I guess, what they call a senior scholar now.
Oh, okay.
Right?
So
is that what they call people who graduated?
Oh, okay. So what happened?
So she graduated in June.
Okay.
I mean, I can talk to someone after this. I don't want to take up your time, but we did file for OPWDD, but it's actually on hold for some reason because of I'm not even sure the exact reason. They said that she had an application, so they can't refile an application. But we can address that later, and I can call you on a separate note, not to take up extra time.
Right. You can feel free to contact us offline. Okay. Our telephone number is 516-609-2000. I'm going to give you the number to our receptionist, which is 800. You can ask for either Tiffany Harkless or Christine Austin. That way you'll get someone if you call a reception.
Thanks so much, Tiffany.
Yeah, and we'll definitely talk a little bit more about the process or how to kind of push it along. And that's why it's kind of important to start the process before they get into 12th grade. That way, when they're about to graduate, they're already on track, and there's no delay in and just continuing on whichever direction the student is going to go. You know, if they want to work, you know, you don't want to lag in their work and them being able to start work. If they want to join a day hab until maybe they take the next step, because that's kind of what our day hab is. So when people graduate from high school, maybe they're not quite ready for college. Maybe they're not quite ready for work. Just because they're not ready for work at the moment does not mean that eventually they won't be able to work. They will, you know. So they will attend the day hab and, you know, gain new skills and socialize and work on different ADL skills and different skill sets and communication skills. And then they may get to the point where it's like, okay, Tiffany's been in day hab for a year or so now. I want to try out work. And then the next thing would be, okay, you know what? Let's start with pathways. Let's see what pathways will take them. And then the next step is, okay, let's look for a job now. So that you don't want to lapse in what it is that the student is doing. You want to ensure that when they graduate, that you actually already have a program on the hook. You know, you already know where they're going to go when they graduate. You already know what are they going to be doing, which direction they're going to be taking. So that's very important to get started at 10th or 11th grade. So they're kind of in sync.
Okay, thank you. And I'll definitely reach out to you this week.
You mentioned
Okay.
you started to talk about 3 something or other. Were you talking about 3, I don't know if it was CSS or some kind of thing? Was that something you were, I think we kind of interrupted and you were saying there was 3 something.
We can ask you later.
Yeah, we can just, it's not anything I really have a question about. So if you don't know what it was, that's fine.
We don't want to take up too much time with, you know, other parents wanting to ask questions. So I think we're set. We'll just reach out to Tiffany and, you know, the office sometime this week.
All right, great. Thank you so much. I know there is another question there for Toya. Says, so my son will take 2 to 3 classes in college in September, so he'll have free time. Is there any programs he could join? And Toya, it is a little hard to hear you. So if you see that message in chat, you could always reply in that chat area as well.
I will. Okay.
All right, thank you. And I think Phillippa or Christine, if you're still here, if there's anything extra that you'd like to add. I think Phillippa, you're here. So you could tell them a little bit about what you do.
So I'm Phillippa Winchester. I'm the program supervisor. So I oversee the services that we do provide here at Tiegerman Community Services. Tiffany did give a very in-depth conversation about the services that we do provide. And like I did give the information, we do need OPWDD approval prior to receipt of those services. If you guys have any additional questions in regard to the services, the day habilitation, we have the site-based and the PWW, which is the program without walls, which is essentially means that it's a community-based program. Of course, due to COVID, we are making adjustments to that program. So if you are interested, do understand that we are attending to the safety of the individuals. So at this time, we are not out in the community as we were previously, but the goal for the PWW program is to maintain community involvement. We do have the STEM services, basically supportive employment to ensure that the individuals who are interested in working maintain their attain in general. The residential services, the respite services. So if you have any questions in regard to that, like I said, Tiffany did provide a lot of information. But I basically oversee those programs. So I go in, check in with the supervisors, ensure that things are running smoothly. and implement anything that needs to be done to ensure quality of services.
I do want to apologize for everyone that the call that came into my phone kind of knocked everything out, and I do apologize for losing reception. But I know Pippa filled you guys in on a little bit more on the services that that we are providing here at TCS. And I do want to say that Chrissy, myself, Phillippa, that we're open to assist anybody who need any type of guidance or information or any type of support we can possibly provide to help them navigate through the OPWDD system.
Well, thank you so much. If there's no other questions, I think unless Ms. Christine wants to just introduce herself really quickly and say a few words, I'm going to give that opportunity to you as well. I know our connections have been a little weird, but go ahead.
Sorry about that. Yes, my name is Chrissy Austin. I'm the assistant director. I've been with the agency for about almost 17 years. I've gone through the elementary school, the middle school, and the high school. And you know, I look forward to any questions that any of you may have in regards to our transition services and our adult services department.
Yeah, we have a great, wonderful staff. They work wonderful together. And, you know, during these times, I think it's even more exciting for all the new things that we can come up with to keep our individuals engaged and active. And I just want to leave you with another fun thing that we do for our Tiegerman Community Services, because we are in this particular time of need with COVID relief. We are doing additional ventilation systems within our program areas as the individuals will be coming back face to face. We're making sure that they're going to be continued to be very safe and secure. There's a lot of transition plans in place for when the participants do come back. But we are doing some wonderful fundraising so we can help provide those additional needs that we are getting for our community base. One of the things that we're doing is this Thursday, we're doing a trivia night, which is going to be a virtual trivia night. It's exciting, our first one. So if you like trivia and you like Disney, join us this Thursday. All you have to do is go to tiegerman.org/trivia. And that's all you need to do to register. It's only a $10 donation, and you can register with your whole family and have a lot of fun. We've done bingo in the past, and we'll probably bring that back in sometime in the future as well to also help subsidize our needs. And one last promo, we're hosting an in-person event because a lot of people have been saying virtual is wonderful, but can we go someplace and do something? But we're going to keep it safe because we're going to be doing our first drive-in movie theater. So you'll stay in your own vehicle, stay nice and safe, but you can be engaging and wave to other people from far. And we're going to be featuring the movie Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And that is a small donation as well for the whole family to come in a car. And we're holding that in Glen Cove at our Tiegerman Middle School. And everyone and anyone is invited. If you do purchase your tickets before the 13th, it's a $10 savings. So all you have to do is go to tiegerman.org/drive-in for that one. So that's my quick promos. Again, those support Tiegerman and a lot of our COVID relief funds, not only for TCS, but it also promotes and saves, helps us with our schools and our transition into schools as well. Ms. Toya, were you trying to say something?
Yes. Now it's not coming in. I just wanted to thank Tiffany and all of the TCS staff for participating. You can't hear me.
Yes, thank you guys, Phillippa and Christine and Tiffany for participating.
Thank you for participating, everyone.
And if there's any further questions, you know, Tiffany did give out her email, so feel free to connect with each of them. But I think we're going to say goodbye if there is no other questions. And we are going to have this available on our website and or YouTube page. So if you don't like our YouTube page yet, go ahead and subscribe. We also have Facebook and Instagram, so you can stay up to date with everything that we offer within Tiegerman. All right. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Christine. Thank you,
You're welcome.
Phillippa.
Take care,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you for the questions, everyone.
Thank you.
Sure.